So sharks are really fascinating animals and they're really important animals, but they're in trouble. 24% of all known species of sharks and their relatives are estimated or assessed as threatened with extinction by the IUCN Red List. They also have the lowest percentage of what's called least concern assessed species out of any group of vertebrates. That means there are relatively few species of sharks that are in good shape from a conservation perspective. And the biggest threat by far is overfishing, humans killing too many sharks. Climate change, big threat to a lot of things in the ocean, really not that big a deal for sharks. Most sharks just move to somewhere where it's not so hot, so slightly up the coast. Plastic pollution, huge threat to lots of things in the ocean, really not that big a deal for sharks, at least not compared to this. So how many of you have heard of shark finning or shark fin soup? I see almost every hand up. I rarely see almost every hand up when I ask this question. You guys are nerds. So shark finning is often thought of as the biggest or the only threat to sharks. And as I hope to convince you in the next few slides here, it's a problem, but it's not the biggest or only problem. And it's a bigger problem that everyone thinks it's the biggest or only problem. So now it's time for everybody's favorite part of science lectures when we define our terms. Shark finning is a specific technical legal term with a specific definition. People use it wrong all the time, and that's bad and harmful. Shark finning refers to a fisherman catching a shark, cutting the fins off that shark at sea, and discarding the carcass at sea. If the carcass of a shark makes it to land, that shark has not been finned, even if the fins are later removed and sold and used to make shark fin soup. That's an important thing to know. So pictures like this go viral all the time on social media with hashtag stop shark finning. That's not shark finning. Stopping shark finning would not stop that. That's shark fishing. Rules that regulate shark finning affect how we can kill sharks. Rules that regulate fishing effort affect how many sharks we can kill, and that's much more important. And it gets almost no attention, as you'll see here. I have seen during my time in doing my PhD in Florida, I saw maybe 20 online petitions to ban shark finning in Florida. They got a total of probably over 1 million signatures or comments. We did ban shark finning in Florida in 1993. So those are a complete waste of time that literally cannot possibly help anything at all. Raising awareness is not particularly useful if you're raising awareness of wrong information. So don't do that, please. Also important to note that not only do a lot of people not really know what shark finning and the shark fin soup and the shark fin trade are, but this is a declining threat, due in large part to a very successful environmental messaging effort. A lot of the younger generation in China doesn't want shark fin soup anymore, and shark fin consumption in China, which is the epicenter of this, has declined dramatically in the last 20 years. This is good news, but it means that focusing only on shark fins as the only threat to sharks is not a good idea. Over the same time period, the shark meat trade has exploded in size. How many of you, show of hands, have ever seen shark meat for sale at your local grocery store? I have. They have it at Giant. So this is a common thing that a lot of people don't know about. And I've even heard some people think that it was joking. Like, oh, that's so cute that you call that shark. I'm like, no, it's a dead shark that was filleted to make food for you. There are people that I've encountered who have explicitly told me that the idea of killing a shark and using the fins to make shark fin soup horrifies them, revolts them on a moral deep level. But killing a shark and eating the meat doesn't bother them because, sure, that's what we do with fish. That's normal. If that's your argument, then this is not coming from a place of conservation. This is coming from a place of racism. So there are sometimes quite explicit racism in the ocean conservation community. Often it's more implicit. But yeah, we should kill fewer sharks, but if we're killing them, we might as well use all of it. This is literally a UN principle of sustainable fishing. So shark finning and the shark fin trade are a problem, and they're bad, and we should not do this as much. But it's presented as if it's the only problem or the biggest problem by far, and that's not true, and treating it like that ignores other problems which require other solutions.